So the first rule is one of the most important ones: moderate your calories. Did you know that there's a strong correlation between how many calories you consume and how much you weigh? Crazy, right? Most of us don't like to admit just how bad we eat though, but here's a challenge that may shock you with the results. For one whole day, like literally from sun up to sundown, when you wake up to when you go to bed, write everything down that you eat. Everything. Don't leave anything out. Include everything from the cup of coffee in the morning to the handful of almonds you sneak in before bed. Write it all down, every nitty-gritty detail. Then, the next day, use a calorie counter. I use a free one online. It's called MyFitnessPal. It's at myfitnesspal.com. And add up everything you ate. Now, as a quick warning, when you do this, you may not like the result. A healthy person should have their body weight times 10 in calories each day. That's called their maintenance caloric intake, the number of calories you need to consume to maintain your body weight. Sadly, most people blow that out of the water each day, which leads to weight gain, even with working exercise into their schedule. Figuring out how much you eat versus how much you need to eat if you want to lose weight is the first step. When you want to lose weight, you need to consume below your maintenance calorie number each day. In short, you need a calorie deficiency. With a balanced meal plan, though, this is easily done. But a calorie deficiency is mandatory for shedding the pounds. And rule number 2, focus on your macros. There are 3 primary macronutrients that compose your diet. There's protein, carbohydrates, and fats. For a healthy diet that's conducive to weight loss, you need to restructure how much of each one you're likely getting right now. To lose weight, you want protein to compose most of your diet, accounting for up to 50% of the nutrients you consume. Now, typically, each day you want to consume 1 gram of protein per each pound of your goal weight. So if you're 190 pounds, as an example, and your goal weight is to be 180 pounds, then each day you want to try and shoot for 180 grams of protein. Here's the thing with protein, though. Most of your protein will come from meats and fish. If you're trying to cram all of your protein in on a diet like this, then you're not eating small, starvation-like quantities of food. That's the best thing with this kind of diet structure. You're never crazy hungry because protein leaves you feeling full and satisfied. Next are carbohydrates, or carbs for short. Typically, you'll want between 30% and 40% of your diet to be carbs. There are tons of low-carb diets out there. You can go to a bookstore and find any number of them, but in reality, you do not need to cut them out entirely. Simply limit your intake of carbs and you'll be fine. Finally, the remaining 10 to 20% of your diet, depending on how you slice it up, should be fats. Now, there are good fats and bad fats. Trans fat, for example, is one you want to steer completely clear from. It's harmful and damaging to your body, to say the least. And if you want proof of that, all you have to do is go to Google and type in, "Why is trans fat bad for your body?" And the result is probably going to shock you, so just take my word for it instead of doing that, because you're probably going to be grossed out. The fats that you want to focus on are called monounsaturated fats and polyunsaturated fats. Those are the good fats, the ones that have a whole slew of healthy benefits. One of those benefits is that they can promote weight loss, which is why you want to try to work them into most of your meals, if not all of your meals. You'll find these good fats in foods such as nuts and seeds, oils like olive oil and macadamia oil, olives, peanut butter, and salmon. Keeping track of all this can be tough, though, so that's why I would, again, recommend using an online calorie counter to keep track of everything, like MyFitnessPal. When you do, you'll see the exact percentage of your food intake in regards to your macros, making keeping track of your diet simple. And finally, rule number 3, don't go more than 4 hours without eating a meal. This is perhaps the biggest one, and the one that leads to the biggest failure with diets. Most people think that they need to eat less on a diet, so they don't eat at all. That, or they wait a long time between meals thinking that they're not eating, so they're going to lose weight, which is just stupid, by the way. Being on a diet doesn't mean you eat less, it means you eat better. Now sure, you need to restrict your calories. We talked about a calorie deficiency, but that doesn't mean you need to starve yourself, alright? You should shoot for 400 calorie meals and never go more than 4 hours without eating. When you do, you're just going to get hungrier and hungrier, and it makes splurging come dinner time or before almost inevitable. When you eat every 3 to 4 hours, you're constantly supplying your body with energy and fuel to keep going, but you're doing it in a very manageable way. See, your body can only digest so much at a time, and when it hits its limit, everything else goes to waste. When you have smaller but more frequent meals, especially healthier ones, your body can digest everything from that meal and you're not left with anything left over, which can potentially be stored as fat. So the bottom line here is that if you want to lose weight, eat more regularly. And when you do, you'll feel satisfied all day and you won't get hungrier, so you overindulge, ruining all your efforts. So that's it for a balanced diet, but one that actually works. Now, these ground rules are extremely important, and if you follow them, you will see lasting results. And in the next video, I'm going to talk about an effective workout that sheds body fat while building lean muscle without hours of boring cardio. And this integrates perfectly with the diet plan that I just laid out for you in this video, so you're definitely not going to want to miss this next one. So stay tuned, and I will talk to you soon.